everyone, hello there! My name is Maki, and I simply adore Gundam. I came all the way from Japan to teach you all about the wonders of Gundam. Today, I'll introduce an incredibly cool mobile suit that appears in Gundamwing Feast Your Eyes. This is the Tallgeese. It's the suit piloted by a rival character in Gundamwing, a young man as striking as the protagonist hero Ye. He's Tallgeese. He's a soldier and pilot of the OZ, a private military group belonging to a massive organization that rules the Earth. Characters wearing masks are a tradition in the Gundam series, aren't they? Interestingly, this Tallgeese is the ancestor of all mobile suits appearing in the story. It's quite surprising that even the Gundams written by the main characters were made using the development know-how of this Tallgeese. Today, I'll be explaining about the formation weaponry and achievements of Tallgeese. Let me tell you about the Tallgeese, which possesses a beautiful figure akin to a knight and a fierce combat capability. The Tallgeese is a mobile suit, a combat robot that can be described as a forerunner of its kind in the world of the series. It was the first combat maze ever developed and has a design similar to the Gundam. This makes perfect sense since the development of the Tallgeese involved the 5 scientists who developed the Gundam and Dr. Howard, a specialist in propulsion technology. The goal of its development was to create a mobile suit capable of handling nearly all combat scenarios on its own. It is equipped with super powerful beam weapons and boasts unparalleled armor. Its structure, which can mimic human movements, and its backpack thrusters, which give it high mobility, make it an ideal miss. It's an incredibly powerful machine that manages the huge contradiction of being heavily armored yet highly mobile. Such amazing specifications are truly exciting, aren't they? However, the backpack thrusters put a huge strain on the pilot during high-speed movement, and as a result, the decision to officially adopt the Tallgeese was put on hold and it was sealed away for a while. Apparently, the pilot experiences forces up to 15 times normal gravity. Simply flying around could cause severe damage to their internal organs. It's truly terrifying. The Tallgeese remained lost in the annals of history for a long time until it was deployed by Mechas to counter the 5 Gundams sent from the colonies during Operation Meteor. He decided to use the Tallgeese because he believed it was impossible to fight the Gundams with a regular machine. As the story progresses, the Tallgeese demonstrated its overwhelming combat power by defeating as many as 70 enemy mobile suits at one point. However, for various reasons, Dex left the organization called OZ, and afterwards the Tallgeese was destroyed. The design of the Tallgeese was utilized in the development of later mobile suits including the Leo, so it's also called the prototype Leo. However, because its actual performance is completely different, there are people who dislike this name. The Leo is a machine that has been made easier to handle by reducing its performance. And among the key members who developed this Tallgeese, the 5 other than Howard would go on to develop the Wing Gundam Zero. That concludes the story of the birth of the Tallgeese. Despite its dangerous capabilities, it's unquestionably cool, isn't it? The world of Gundam is still so deep and fascinating. Let's dive into the equipment of the Tallgeese together. The main arsenal comprises the large Dober gun, the round shield, and the beam saber. All are unique and impressive. The Dober gun is a large cannon with the power to destroy multiple enemies in a single shot, and the Tallgeese wields this with its right shoulder and right arm. Initially designed to be held by a mobile suit's 2 arms, the Tallgeese's heavy armor and Zex's piloting skills allow it to be operated with just 1 arm. Quite stunning, isn't it? An old-fashioned technology called muzzle brake improves its accuracy too. It's effective even against the special metal gunlion used in Gundams. This is really important, as weapons used by other machines are often ineffective against Gundams. And there's another unique aspect to the Dober gun. Whether it's a beam weapon or a live ammunition weapon is somewhat ambiguous. It looks like a beam in the anime, but it's not explicitly stated in games. There are instances where it fires beams and live ammunition. Could it be that it switches between beam and live ammunition types depending on the situation? What do you think? The shield not only provides high defense against beam weapons, but also has a compartment on the back to store the beam saber. The beam saber, a melee weapon, demonstrates exceptional performance in close combat. When combined with Tallgeese high mobility, this beam saber is made from titanium alloy. In the world of the story, it's a metal with lower strengths compared to Gundam, but even so, there are scenes where it battles evenly with the Gundam and even inflicts damage. Zex's piloting skills are extraordinary. It's super cool to see him fight evenly with superior opponents in a low-spec machine. Depending on the battlefield conditions, it might also be equipped with a shotgun missile or a rifle. Furthermore, Tallgeese's back is fitted with an extremely powerful propulsion device called the backpack vernier. It enables super high-speed movement, but that can be quite burdensome for the pilot. This machine is heavily armored with strong defensive power and handles heavy weapons with ease, but the trade-off is its great weight. The idea was to force this heavy machine to move at high speeds with a high-output vernier. This burden is often said to be 15, as in 15 times the force of gravity. In some books it's even written as 20. When a pilot other than Zex piloted it, they fractured their ribs and sustained internal injuries. Despite being an excellent pilot, it seemed difficult for them to control. I looked into it seriously. Apparently, 15 is the force experienced in a collision at 100 kilometers per hour. Astonishing, isn't it? Tallgeese makes the most of these pieces of equipment on the battlefield, as each is unique and intriguing. Watching Tallgeese in action is always a delight. Let's shine a spotlight on the feats of the Tallgeese. Found incomplete at the Corsica base, it is refurbished at the request of Zex, who had been seeking a machine to rival the Gundam. But oh boy, piloting is tough. The test pilot Odo couldn't withstand the tremendous G-forces and gets injured. Then it's handed over to Zex. Zex finally steps in, but he too is injured. The mechanics had actually reduced the output of the vernier to tame Tallgeese's performance at the time. Even with restrained power, it's seriously potent. Gradually getting used to it, Zex brings back the vernier to its original output to maximize Tallgeese's capabilities. By doing so, he fully masters Tallgeese, battling against the Wing Gundam and Gundam Heaviums on equal or better terms. Zex being able to fight on par with the Gundam is such an exciting scene. After a while, Zex rebuilds the destroyed Wing Gundam for a duel with Hero. Hero, refusing the enemy's gift, pulls Gundam Heaviums to face Tallgeese. Then as his large army attacks, it becomes a battle between the army trying to defeat the self-willed Zex and Tallgeese. In this fight, Zex shoots down 70 enemy machines. He's completely mastered it. Absolutely amazing. After that battle, a formal assassination order against Zex is issued by Oz. On the other hand, Zex's reaction speed surpasses Tallgeese's performance. Not only that, but the performance gap with the new models that keep appearing in the story also becomes a cause for his struggle. Zex and Tallgeese are put in a pinch when they are attacked by a large army of the new model Taurus, operated by the unmanned weapon system, the mobile doll. Then to assist Zex's transition to a new unit, Tallgeese self-destructs Zex with farewell, saying, "My beloved machine, rest in peace." The machine that Zex moved to was the Wing Gundam Zero. Quite a surprise, right? With intense battles and touching partings, the story of Tallgeese is quite a spectacle, isn't it? I'm going to have fun introducing the variations of Tallgeese. Tallgeese 2 is the second unit, custom-built Fort Reed's Croatia of the World Nation Army. It was assembled using spare parts from Tallgeese. Essentially, it's the same as Tallgeese, just with a slightly different look. You'd be surprised how Treats handles the Tallgeese that Six struggled with, and it even fights equally with the upgraded Gundam towards the end of the story. Cool, isn't it? Tallgeese 3 is the upgraded model. It's enhanced with new technology, while still using spare parts from Tallgeese. Improvements have been made to its appearance too. The operation system that was the precursor to the Epion system, used in Gundam Epion and its exclusive weaponry, have been added, enhancing its power. The Mega Cannon, its exclusive weapon, has enough destructive power to obliterate a small asteroid. How impressive! Tallgeese Shinlong is a replica unit. It was created solely by Master O. One of the developers, Won Mayen. The wife of Y was the pilot, but she tragically lost her life. Unable to endure the intense acceleration G, it's a bit of a sad story. Leo is a mass production unit based on Tallgeese, designed to be operable by many soldiers. Interestingly, if you remove a part of the head of Tallgeese, you will find a lens that is the same shape as Leo's. It's an adaptation of the excellent design of Tallgeese, with modifications suitable for mass production. Lastly, Wing Gundam 0 is the ultimate Gundam, created by the developers of Tallgeese. While it doesn't look much like Tallgeese, it was created leveraging the know-how gained from Tallgeese Plus. There are many areas where it has further evolved. Truly, it's the ultimate Gundam. However, its overwhelming performance was so terrifying that the designers themselves sealed it away. So you see, even the variations of Tallgeese are charming actually. There are other variations that appear in works outside of novels and anime. If I have the opportunity, I'll also explain about those machines. Did you find the explanation about Tallgeese interesting? If you enjoyed it, I would be absolutely delighted. Robots that are difficult for ordinary people to handle are very appealing. Aren't they? Watching Zex initially struggle, but gradually get used to Tallgeese is quite moving. Tallgeese, which depicts a human growth story, is truly wonderful. I wanted to convey that not just Gundams, but all the mobile suits appearing in Gundam are fascinating. But I don't think I could endure 15 times the force of gravity. What about you? If you can't withstand a car moving at 100 km/h, you can't handle Tallgeese. But be careful, don't you dare try to imitate that. It's dangerous. It's a machine that can only be handled by Zex, who has been thoroughly trained still. For those of you who want to try, I'll provide a good idea. By hitting the subscribe button, you can experience 15. And if you press the like button, you can experience 20. Isn't that a lovely idea? Give it a try right away. I'll see you in the next lecture. I'm looking forward to it. Bye!